Okay, so I will go over a bunch of streaming or a bunch of new stuff that I'm working on DawnPiece in the stream. Okay, so first we have this banker, and it works similar to the bank and the currency exchange NPC that we had on the old server, but it's all combined into one system plus a couple new functions. So first, you have the currency exchange, and you have these exchange slots. So what you can do is you put any belly item inside of the currency exchange slots, and then you can choose exactly what you want. So you don't have to constantly click through a merchant NPC to get the bills that you want. So if I put 100,000 belly inside of here and say I want to do 50,000 in or five 10,000s, and then I want to do 10 5,000s. Now my available belly equals my chosen belly, and I can exchange it, and then it sends it directly to my inventory, and I get those bills. So exchanging is a lot more streamlined. Plus, you can put like stacks of smaller belly, up to 5 stacks of them, and then exchange it for higher amounts as well. Okay, next is the storage. So storage works exactly like the old bank did, but now you have multiple pages, right? So you can unlock multiple pages, and then of course you have to pay for the next page. But you can also store whatever you want in there as you would before. So I'm going to put the belly that I just got in there. So this is all sorted out. Everything persists. So the bank is all functioning pretty normally. Now you have this new system called bank account. So essentially, the bank account is set up so you can store your belly without wasting storage space, and it will be linked to the market NPC, which I will get to next. And later on, when I design a crew NPC, there will be a shared crew inventory and a crew bank account, which will be required for certain crew activities like managing outposts and stuff. But this is something that's still in the thinking process and the design process. So basically, for the account balance section, you can deposit however much you want. So I have 6.4 million. I had a stack of 100,000 bellies in my inventory, right? Now my inventory has 63 of those, so it shows what's there, and then I just put 100,000 belly inside my bank. So when you store your however much you want, it first takes from your inventory. So let's say I want to store $100,000, 100,000 belly, and then I want to deposit it. So storing money in your bank takes 5% tax. So if you want to deposit, so deposit I guess, with caution, because if you deposit everything and then you want to withdrawing actually makes it so that you're tax free. So if I deposit 100,000, I actually end up depositing 95,000. So my account balance says 95,000 belly. But I can withdraw tax free. So if I want to withdraw all that 95,000, I can do so without incurring a tax. So you can see that it took 100,000 from my inventory, and then my bank is safe. So inventory is always touched first and then bank. And then of course, if you have nothing in your inventory in your bank, you can't deposit anything, right? And if I go back to my inventory, I see now I have 62. So it removes the stack from your inventory, right? So essentially that's the new banker NPC. Now you have this market broker. I tested as much as I could in single player. However, I do need to test multiplayer and whatnot. So you can see I just deposited 100,000, and then now my balance is 95,000 in my here in my from my bank, right? And to use the market, you cannot use cash. You have to deposit money in your bank. So right now, of course, you can see there's no active listings, but I can list items, right? So I have my storage here, and then I want to list an item to sell. Let's say I want to sell a mythical orb, right? And then I can do a starting bid. So however much I want, I can do a buy now price. So I can say someone can buy it now for 100,000 belly. The duration is always 7 days. Unless someone buys now, then of course it's going to be done faster. But the bidding is up to 7 days, so people can have bidding wars and you can auction things off. And every single item has a listing fee of 100 belly. So, of course, you click confirm listing. Now it's all set up, ready to go. And if I go to my listing section, I have the mythical orb on the market for everybody to see. And of course, since the listing fee was 100 belly, my balance diminished a little bit. So now you can bid and buy. If I want to buy now for 100,000, oh, I think 100,000 is a good price. I can click buy, or I can bid. So right now it's zero belly. But of course, since this is my own item, I cannot bid on my own item, right? And orders are kind of the same thing, but instead of listing items, this is your item search. So say I want to buy a mythical orb, I just type in mythical orb, right? So I selected it. I want maybe, let's say I want two of them, right? And then I will pay 100,000 belly per two of them. So what this is of course the duration and the listing fee are the same, but you have to pay in advance for 200,000 belly, right? So your belly, you take 200,000 out of your inventory, but I cannot create a buy order because I don't have the funds, right? So, okay, let's say I want two of them and I will pay 10,000, right? So it's 20,100 belly. I have the funds and I can list them. So what it does is it takes that 20,100 belly from your inventory and stores it in an escrow. And if someone buys it, or if someone says, hey, I have a mythical order, or I have a mythical orb, I'll fulfill this order, then you will get the orb and then you will lose the money from escrow. But if they only have one, then your order stays there. It says you fulfilled one, right? So I'll create this buy order. I'll confirm it. So now my balance went down. My mythical orb is here. So I requested two, I have remaining two. If someone wants to sell one, of course I can't sell to myself, but if someone wants to sell one, then it will say remaining one. But if that remaining one doesn't sell, then I get 10,000 belly added back to my balance. But it's not automatic, right? There's this thing called messages. Right now I have no messages, but the moment you sell an item, um, you'll get a message for you to claim your belly. If you don't sell an item, then, or if you list an item and it doesn't sell, then you'll get a message to claim your item back. If you place an order and someone fulfills it, you get that item. If you place an order and it doesn't get fulfilled, you get your belly back that you put in escrow, right? And then, of course, claiming every single belly um, item gets sent to your balance directly, and then claiming every single item gets sent to your inventory. And then if there's no space in your inventory, it should be going to your storage. And if there's no space in either, then you cannot claim it yet. And of course, any item that you sell, and it goes directly to your balance, but all market transactions avoid that 5% deposit fee. So any listing that you make or any money that you make off the market is is tax free. So it's good. I mean, if you're gonna have to pay to tax to put money in to begin with, but if you consistently sell items, then you can beef up your bank account balance without having to pay deposit taxes for cash. Now, this is, of course, the tax in the deposits and linking it only to the market or to the bank account is set up so it can be a safe environment, but of course, you're going to have to pay listing fees and taxes. So it's a way to keep the economy uh, having I guess, a money sink and to keep it stable. And not only that, it makes it so you have to pay for safety. Of course, you can trade cash for items, doing a under the table deal with other players, but there's risk with getting scammed and whatnot as well. So think about the deposit and the listing fees as the price for not getting scammed. So that's the market broker. So I still have to test with other players to make sure they can actually buy the items and whatnot, and make sure that a couple people can't buy the items at the same time. So checking for bugs. But this was just finished. Okay, so now let me make it a little brighter. So now we have resources. You'll have this item, two items right now called a pickaxe and an axe, right? And The axe is required to mine wood. So there's these four wooden blocks, and then there's four stone blocks which require a pickaxe to mine, right? So if I try to mine a pickaxe, you have to right click, but it doesn't work obviously with the stone, right? But with the pickaxe, it doesn't work here. But if I, oh, it's not working. Oh, that's a shame. There's an issue with the bug, I guess, when I moved it to the test server. But I guess I'll explain it to you. So the goal is to it puts you in a cinematic mining mode where you claim these resources. So there's stone bits, stone bricks, and whatnot, and there's 8 levels to them, and of course there's 8 levels to the wood as well. And I will be adding a fishing, but basically you go through a mining, I guess, cinematic screen, and then you mine the resource, right? So these resources, the NPCs aren't created yet, or the shops, but there'll be like lumberjack and miner shops, and of course I'm going to create a fishing skill as well. So I'm going to create the resources for fish. And what you do is if you collect stacks of these, you can sell them for belly to these NPCs. And not only that, you will need to use these to create treasure keys. So if you find treasures throughout islands, then you'll have to make the keys to resources. Of course, you can find these keys by speaking to certain NPCs and whatnot, or opening certain chests in the discovery system, which I'll get to in a little bit. But basically these resources will be good for mining, and of course you can level them up, right? So for now, I'll go to my main menu. I have my character page. This is a little empty right now, but I'm gonna add daily claim rewards, weekly claim rewards, and whatnot. The stats page, right now I have general stats, so I have mining and logging. I'm also going to add a fishing level for the resources system, and then I'm going to add a luck skill that has to do with arcade gaming and gambling, which I haven't started making yet, but it'll be a part of the game eventually. So basically, of course, my mining and logging is level 0. And of course, as I mine, as I log, I get experience points. And as I level up, then you get the chance to level up a shard resource. So mining these blocks doesn't necessarily just give you the resource. You have a 100% chance to get one of the tiers. So at lower levels, obviously the cheaper lower level fragments and the bits will be easier to mine, and then the bundles will be harder to mine. But of course, as you level up, it'll be a lot easier to mine these as well, and you get more experience. Then from level 0 to 1, there will always be a 1% chance to mine common shards. Then 0 or 2 to 3, uncommon shards. 4 to 5, rare shards. 6 to 7, epic. 8 to 9, legendary. And mythical shards are going to be at level 10. And so as you mine and level up your mining, not just completing quests and fighting bosses will give you the chance to build orbs, but or drop orbs at least, but you can also use your resources system and mining system to get shards, right? And then there's also these skin shards. These will be tied to Armor's Workshop. The old armor system, how it was skinless, will be working the same. So you can get the skin, or you can get the armor set of the character you want based on their set bonuses. However, skin orbs and skin shards will be tied to Armorer's Workshop, where you can roll for a chance to get an Armorer's Workshop skin and drip out on the characters that you want. Um, I will get into that a little bit when I get to the Forge, but yeah, that's how the resource system is working. I wanted to show you guys a cinematic screen. Unfortunately, there's a little bit of a bug in it that I gotta fix, but yeah, every time you mine, you get a resource. You get a 1% chance from a common to mythical shard based on your level, and you'll also get a 1% chance from level 0 to 10. That's on top of the other section to get a skin shard as well. So that's the way the resources are set up. Now I'm going to get to the discovery system. This is going to be the new bread and butter of the game, not just fighting bosses and progression, but this is going to be a whole progression system in the game. So if I'm going to go to the main menu, I did add some stuff. So the abilities I went through in the last developer stream, how you can link abilities and whatnot. I did add achievements. So essentially, when you level up and max out your stamina, swordsman, hockey, and whatnot, depending on the level of your stats, you'll get achievements and then you'll get rewards. Right now, most of these say awakening shards, but there'll be some of them will be changed, and devil fruits will always be awakening shards, and depending on if it's common, uncommon, or whatnot, you'll get more awakening shards. But stamina and swordsman will have their rewards change. And of course, I'm not going to do it now, but if you click claim reward, it gets sent to your inventory, and then the achievement gets canceled out. Right now, the achievements are basically set up to your stats. So logging and mining, I made you get a mythical orb every time you get to when you get to level 10, things like that. So you can basically do it based on maxing out all your levels. So every single leveling system in this game, when you max it out, will have an achievement. But I will also be creating some other achievements as well, depending on how I could link them, right? Then you have island progress. This is going to be basically with the discovery system. You have Dawn Island here. So basically, as you go through the quests, it'll track it. So you can keep track of doing quests for the first times. Of course, you can redo your quests weekly. However, for the first time, it always tracks that you completed it here. So you know if you ever miss a quest line, you know in here whether you've completed it or not. And then you have the discovery system. So there are citizens. Citizens are NPCs. They give tips. They sometimes they gossip. There's like NPC lore. They have their own like mini storylines, and things like that. Sometimes they give you items, and some citizens are behind, I guess, locked situations. So I'm gonna make animals as well, so you can talk to like horses, dogs, and whatnot. But to talk to them, you'll have to have observation hockey maxed out at level 10, right? So there'll be certain walls to talking to certain citizens in situations. Locations. Locations are doors. So there's these locked doors in the game, where you need a key to open them, and you as soon as you unlock or get the key, you unlock the location, and it's only unlocked for you. Other players cannot follow you through these locations. So sometimes you'll get a key from citizens, and then you'll be able to unlock locations, and then inside those locations you can talk to other citizens, find these containers, which I will get to next, and whatnot. So these citizens aren't just like, oh, I talk to NPC, it gives me tip, and then I move on. Some of these citizens will like actually give you items and whatnot to lead you to a next location, and in that location you might get another item to lead you to another location, which can lead you to a safe or something like that. So, or these will be like in between islands. So some of these lines, I guess I'll call them rabbit holes, citizen rabbit holes, will end up talking, and you keep talking and bouncing around to these different islands, unlocking one, talking to one on one island may give you a key to unlock a location on another island. And then after that's all said and done, you may unlock the coordinates to a treasure, or get the key to a treasure to unlock a certain chest, right? So that's basically the discovery system in a nutshell. But the citizens are the NPCs, the locations are the doors. Containers are essentially wooden chests and mailboxes. These will be accessible. These don't require keys to open. These are basically in people's houses and in front of people's houses. So you can just go up to them and open them, and you might get a reward, or most of all, they'll be empty. They'll be like maybe 60 to 70% empty. But regardless if they're empty, they'll track to your containers. And then treasures are treasure chests. They require a certain treasure key to open. All treasure keys will be the same. So there's like common treasures, there's uncommon treasures and whatnot. And then, like I mentioned before, in the resource system, you'll need to gather resources, and then you'll have to combine like a certain amount of stone resource, a certain amount of wood resource, and then a common shard to build a common key. And then that common key will open a common treasure. Common treasures can be anywhere on islands, so you might find them in the middle of the woods. These aren't like confined to locations, but however, citizens may tell you, or I can say books and scrolls, which I'll get into in the records in a second, but they can tell you where these treasure coordinates are, right? So it's important to talk to everyone and read the records and whatnot. Safes are pretty cool. Safes are basically it's like a treasure or a container, but instead of requiring a key to open, you require a bank code. So or a safe code. So you need to type in the safe code and open up, and then you'll get a reward. Safes will never be empty. They'll always have something inside of them. Of course, treasures as well will never be empty. Containers are the only ones that have the possibility of being empty. Records are books, scrolls, and then poneglyphs as well. Basically, right-clicking on them will open up a little mini screen where you can read things. Sometimes they'll give lore, of course, sometimes they'll give safe codes, sometimes they'll lead you to a location where you might get a treasure or something like that, right? So that's basically it. I'll go through each of the discoveries now. Let me brighten it up. So right here, you have the books, the scrolls, and the poneglyphs. So let me put my hand up. So you can right click on these books. So it opens up a little thing. So I wrote, hello, the safe code is 123456. I said, okay, I close it. Now, since I read it, the particles disappear. So particles will appear on every single container, safe, treasure, or whatnot you haven't unlocked. And these are visible to other players. All of these things have their own specific IDs. So once you match that ID, it uh, disappears for you and you only. So other players who haven't read something, who haven't unlocked the safe or whatnot, will be able to still see the particles and get the items. So this whole system is tied to only you. So right now I'm going to see the safe, right? And I'm going to right click on the safe and then I mean, I gave it a specific variable name. It's nothing special. I just wrote Q a bunch so it doesn't conflict with my system. So I know the safe code is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And say if I typed up, oh, I mistyped. I forgot the 3. I can clear it. Or I can just say enter and it says, oh, wrong code. The safe remains locked. So I have to type in the actual code and then I'm going to click enter. And then now I cracked the safe and I got 100 belly out of it, right? So now the particles disappear. Safe is already cracked. So that's the safe in the document or the record system, right? And of course, these aren't edited, but they just have placeholder text and whatnot. I gotta fix the camera angle for the poneglyphs, but yeah, it's supposed to be an angle where you're supposed to read it. Okay, now the keys. Let me give myself a key. So basically, you have these chests and whatnot. You have the common, uncommon, uh, rare, legendary, and then these skin orbs are this cosmetic rates. These will give skin orbs and skin shards, depending on how easy the chest is to find. And sometimes they may give more than one, sometimes whatnot. So these will kind of take the place of epic tier, but they will always have cosmetic skin orbs, so you can um, get yourself some a chance to roll cosmetics. So right now I have a common crate. I'm going to click on it. It says you need the key to open this chest. So I have the key. I'm going to left click it. It consumes my key, and then it gives me 100 belly, right? And then that's the way it works. And then of course it's going to say this. I need the key to open the chest, and then I can't consume the key anymore because I've already opened this chest, right? So all the treasures will work the same way. Um, they all act like this. So that's going to be the treasure system in the game. Containers, they don't require keys, but you have these wooden chests that are going to be in people's houses, and then you have mailboxes, and then in front of bigger buildings like general malls and banks and whatnot, these will be the mail bins. But they all work the same. You just similar to the chest, but instead of requiring a key, I right click it, and it says, oh, right, hold on, let me fix that editor. So basic. Oh, I mean, I put the key in there, but it's not supposed to require a key. But let me edit the message. Let me give it a random variable so it doesn't mess up. So I can edit the rewards and whatnot. And I'm just going to say I'll give it 100 belly. So right now I can right click on this and it says you received 100 belly. But most of these will be empty. So if I just take out all the rewards, they'll stay empty and whatnot. And then I forgot to place one, but these are super cool. So locked door. So I have these locked doors, and it's I'm gonna have to edit it, but let's give it a display name. Why? So first, you have the front side of the door. Then the front side of the door um, will will have a teleport location. So I will be setting these myself, and then I'm gonna need to make it require a key. But they will all have a side A and a side B, and why isn't it working? Weird. Why why is the distance working like that? Whatever. Hopefully it works. But so if I go up to the door, right, and then it says you need the key to require. Oh, there's double feedback there, but you need the key to require the door. I require the key. I unlock it. It eats my key, right? Then once you unlock it once, it remains unlocked at all times. So you can continue to go in and out this door every time. So other people, it doesn't actually open. So if someone's trying to follow you through a locked door and they don't have the key, you can't sneak in your friends or anything like that. Everyone requires a specific key to get to these locations, right? So that's the way the locked doors work. And of course, I gave them very weird variable names, but if they have the required variable names, then they'll be tracking to the discovery system, right? So these are actually already in the game. I have 14 citizens. I actually made a 15th one. I'll show you how it works in a bit. But then I made one safe and one record in the game, and then locations, containers, and treasures. I'm in the middle of designing, as well as more citizens and whatnot, and safes and records. So Dawn Island within itself will probably have almost 200 citizens, and then another 200 containers alone. Locations and treasures, safes and records will be in the dozens of each. So yeah, because it's all Goa Kingdom and Fuchsia Village, and then along the side of the road to go from Goa Kingdom Fuchsia Village, there will be some houses and whatnot. So other smaller islands, like if I go to the side islands and I click sixes, there's probably not going to be any containers. There may be a couple citizens, but yeah, barely anything will be here. Maybe a couple treasures, things like that. So yeah. Well, this shouldn't be 100% complete. That's a little weird. But regardless, so yeah, okay, so that's the discovery system. I'll show you more in a little bit when I get to Fuchsia Village. But I want to go over the forge next. So the forge, you have the regular forge and you have the mythical forge. They operate the same way, but the mythical forge obviously sometimes requires less belly to upgrade or less belly to repair. Only you can only upgrade to mythical weapons on the mythical forge, things like that, similar to the old server. And then so and then of course runes are only able to be applied on the mythical forge. So it combines all those old forge blocks into one. Mythical Forge won't be in the game just yet. This will be an end game system, so it's going to be a little buggy, but I just wanted to show you visually. But let's get into the forge itself. So you have your tabs, you have upgrade, repair, salvage, roll, and construct, right? So upgrading is the same as always. Upgrading, you just put in your belly, right? Or you put in your weapon. So I'm going to put in my weapon here. It's not letting me put in my weapon, but it's letting me put in the armor. Oh, this is because this is mythical. Where's the, where's the, hold on, where did the other one go? Let me give myself a common yours so you can see. Okay. So you can't put in mythical weapons, obviously, because you can't upgrade them. But So right now I have a common Yoru. I'm going to put it in. I cannot upgrade it because my durability is not full, right? So what this does is it actually, you don't need to put your belly in. You don't need to put the orb in. It reads your damage dealt like always, and it reads your durability. But the belly, it will first read um, your inventory. So I have 62,000 in my inventory, and then I put 100,000 in my bank, and then of course I have leftover, right? So it'll read your inventory and then your bank first, before upgrading. So it automatically takes that out of your inventory, the bank. Same thing with the orb. Oh, I have an uncommon orb in my inventory. I have an uncommon orb in my bank. If it's not even in my inventory, so you can leave stuff in your bank storage while you're upgrading and repairing, and it'll still work. The only thing you need to actually do is put in your weapon, and then the game will read everything you have in your inventory and your storage slots. Um, so yeah, I mean, I can't repair. I need to repair it first before I upgrade it. So then I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna repair it. Okay, it's gonna cost me one belly to repair. I click repair, and then I get my weapon back, but I also get a bunch of belly as well. So it'll fill up your inventory with all this extra belly. So I'm gonna upgrade. I have my fully mythical Euro, and then it'll tell you what's gonna go on with the tier. So I'm going from common to uncommon. My base damage is gonna go from 4 to 8. My durability is gonna go from 200 to 400. And then once I click upgrade, I get it back in my inventory. Now I have an uncommon Yoru with base damage 8 and then durability of 400, right? And then I can keep going. So I have all the stuff. Okay, upgrade. Then I keep upgrading, and then I keep upgrading. And now it's at legendary, and then I can't place a legendary weapon inside because I need to upgrade it on the mythical forge to mythical. So yeah, upgrading works the same way. It's just a little more easier and streamlined. Salvaging. Let me clear my inventory first because I put in a shit ton of belly. But so salvaging, you essentially it's going to be the same thing. You'll get rewards for salvaging items depending on their damage dealt and whatnot. So yeah, I can put in my Yoru that I just upgraded, and then since I have a legendary tier, and then my damage dealt is 10 million, I get extra belly from it, so I'll get a total of 150,000 belly for salvaging this one, and I'll just click salvage, and then I'll get my legendary shard, and then I'll get my belly, right? So yeah, rolling. Yeah, it's the same thing. But it's like the Fate Forge. So you put in a common orb, you roll, and then you'll get a random gear piece. So I got Kotori leggings for common. And of course, on a mythical forge, you could input, and it's not just a common orb, it's any orb. But the difference between this one is now that we have a skin orb. So there's these skin orbs right here. You put one in there, and then you roll, and then it will give you an Armorer's Workshop skin, right? And these cannot be traded because these skin orbs and whatnot, and skin shards and Armorer's Workshop will all be donation items. So to avoid pay to win, so people can't just buy these with real money and sell them on the market. All of these will be bound to you. But if you don't like it, so I got Kizaru's cape. That's pretty chill actually. But I'm gonna roll again. And then I got Chopper's hat. That's actually pretty chill. I'm gonna keep that one as well. And then oh wait, I gotta put the skin back. And then now I got Satori's head. I like Chopper's hat better, so I can salvage the old Armor's Workshop things. You don't get belly for salvaging them, but you do get a skin shard. So if you're gonna get a bunch of skin orbs and whatnot and you don't want them, you can still salvage them, and then of course you can take your skin shards and make them into skin orbs. And to do that, you have to go to the construct tab. Right. So to construct tab is going to be like the old orb exchanger. Basically, you put in a skin shard that says, okay, now you need 10 times skin shards, right? So I'm going to have to put 10 total. And then now I can build a skin orb, and then it adds a skin orb to my list. And then same thing, if I want to make a mythical orb, I cannot do that because that's going to be on the mythical tier. That's going to be on the mythical. What is it? Uh, Mythical Forge, right? So, but I can make legendary. So I have skin shards, um, legendary shards, sorry. And then I get 10 of them, and I can construct it, and I can build a legendary orb. And then it adds it to my stack. So yeah, this is all the same as the orb exchanger. It's just built into the actual forge. So that's the entire forge system. I also want to do the same thing with all the devil fruit crates and fragment exchangers and whatnot in a similar system to this. So you can uh, have one page to buy your keys. You have one page to roll the keys. You have into a devil fruit. If you don't like devil fruits, you can salvage them into devil fruit shards, and then depending on the tier of the fruit, and then if you put three of those shards together, you can build another key to roll for another devil fruit and whatnot. And of course, uh, there will be a bunch of things. You could build fragments. Everything related to devil fruits will be at a devil fruit broker, and it'll have this similar menu system and setup to the forge, so it's all in one location. Um, yeah, and that's it kind of with the new stuff so far. Related to like actual blocks and stuff. I'm gonna keep working on it. Of course, build the devil fruit, fix the bugs obviously that we encountered, move the devil fruit, make the devil fruit stuff, and make other merchants and whatnot. There will be a food and drink merchant as well to sell all the other stuff. All the stuff in one shop, so you won't have to go to multiple different shops to get the stuff that you want. Everything will kind of be in one location, and it'll have the same menu system as this. So I will show you Fuchsia Village. So let's warp to Fuchsia Village for a second. And actually, I didn't want to go to the center. I want to go to the docks. So, I mean, teleporter is going to be here. I went through it a little bit in the last stream, but basically, teleporter is set up to basically unlock things as you go. So in my actually in my island progress, you can tell for Dawn Island, I completed the A quest, I completed the C quest, and I completed the D quest, but I did not complete the B quest, right? So in the teleporter, that's kind of how it shows. So I can travel to all of these places. Since I beat the C quest, I can go to Dadan family's hideout. Since I beat the D quest, I can go to the Goa Kingdom Southern Gate and the docks. And since did not complete the B quest, I cannot go to the Northern Gate. And of course, the docks and the center are unlocked, right? So here, if I try to go here, oh, okay, I need to complete Island Quest B10, Dawn Island Quest B10 to unlock this location. So side islands themselves won't just be there. Some of them will be required to unlock different points of interest on the island so you can have extra teleports. And of course, since I beat the A quest, I can I can access Alvida's hideout and go to her ship. And I'm going to make another point of interest for the marine ship on this island because the marine ship will has a B quest for Alvida's hideout as well. So of course, as you go through, these islands remain locked and all their POIs remain locked. But of course, as you progress through the story and of course do some side quests, you can unlock more points of interest, right? So yeah, of course, side islands exist as well. Donation islands. They will come soon, and extra islands will also come soon as well. I'll also make a teleporter for arenas once we get into the PvP system, but that's for another stream. So essentially, here in the new game, we have a new quest log. So when you click L, it doesn't open up the crappy custom NPCs quest log with all the text falling off the screen and whatnot. It's pretty set up. I have no quests active, but it shows your active quests. So this category actually is the island. So it'll say like a Dawn Island, and then it'll say active quests, and then it'll show you the quest details, right? And it all tracks pretty standardly. So right now, I already beat the A quest, and since cooldowns are on 7 days. If you try to talk to an NPC within that 7 days, then it will actually tell you how much time you have left. So, oh, I already beat the quest 5 days ago, 4.5 days ago. I can do it again in 2 days, 7 hours, and 35 minutes. So you can actually talk to the quest start NPCs, and they'll tell you exactly how much time you have left on your cooldown, so you can go back later and redo it yourself. So you're not really guessing and have to go around talking to every NPC on every island just to start a quest if you're trying to redo the game, right? Um, of course, the quest end NPC, since I beat it, will have the cinematic dialogues to let me go to Albeda's hideout anytime I want, and then I can do that too. And then there will be mid-quest givers as well, which you cannot talk to them if the quest is not active. I'll show you that in a bit. I'll roll through the B quest line because I do want to test it, but I want to show you guys how questing actually works in this game, since it's similar but a little bit different visually. But first, I made a citizen called Makino here, and basically this is how the citizen system works. So going back to the discoveries before, but this one is set up, just not tested yet. So in Dawn Island, it says I have 14 citizens spoken to. Yep, something went wrong. Oh, what happened? Well, something went wrong. Yeah, sometimes I get these dialogue bugs where it blanks out my screen and whatnot. So, like these guys work, but these guys don't. Yeah, something happened with the system. So, but regardless, I talked to her, and then it gave me the discoveries. So the tracking works. I still got to fix the bug with some of these dialogue NPCs because sometimes talking to the citizens may trigger something weird. But again, yeah, it's still got to fix it. Maybe there could be an issue with the way the variable works. Let me try to suicide. Oh, suicide's not working. Slash kill. Well, well, it looks like my screen isn't working. Well, whatever. Okay, so let me try to go through this quest line. I gotta fix that bug. But let's go back to Goa Kingdom actually. So warp Goa. Actually, sorry, Fuchsia. Um, and then let's go to the journey map. So right now I'm on Fuchsia, right? And essentially for the not only for the discovery system, but in Varian's map, it's very nicely designed and set up to be for exteriors. But I ended up like you can see, Goa Kingdom is like completely redesigned with like greenery and all the houses. They were too zigzaggy, so they weren't conducive to building interiors. So I had to redo them, recopy them, and set them up so they can be able to have interiors cleanly designed. And it's important for citizens because I'm going to create like families and people's houses and whatnot. Um, so essentially, and not only that, they don't have any lighting. So if you go into night mode here, you can see that I ended up creating an entire pathway. So starting from Fuchsia Village, you do the A quest line. Of course, you can continue on to Alvida's hideout. But then if you're gonna go here where I have this Fuchsia Explorer, I changed the name but of this NPC, but basically this is the crossroads, and the B quest line sends you down this road to Goa Kingdom and then around. And then the C quest line sends you to Dadan's hideout. You beat the bandits there. And of course, the D quest line is like the old server where you talk to Luffy at Dadan's hideout. And then you go through and do the whole Goa Kingdom quest line with Sabo and the Blue Jam Pirates and whatnot. And then, of course, everything is going to be lit up. So you can see it all in nighttime very, very cleanly. The Great Terminal is also lit up. So Great Terminal may have some like little mini huts and stuff with containers and treasures. So every lit up section essentially is fair game for NPCs, for citizens, for containers, and whatnot. There won't be really, I won't stick a citizen in the middle of the forest randomly unless there's a path there, right? So if you need to talk to one more citizen before completing the island, right? If you're trying to track and 100% your citizens, they just know they won't be in the middle of the island, right? They'll always be in an area that's lit up or at least right next to it, right? The only things that can be in the middle of the island will be treasures. So, yeah, but containers, citizens, safes, whatnot, locations will never just randomly be in the middle of the island unless the location has a treasure chest behind it. But these will be like big treasure chests that you find after talking to a bunch of NPCs. So regardless, if you'll have the location for that treasure chest, but through another citizen quest line or citizen dialogue line, I should say, you'll get the key for that. So it'll all be integrated and it won't just be like, oh, what the hell is this random door? It's not going to be like that. It'll all be, you'll have that information beforehand. So, or you can get it through talking to other NPCs in a little different dialogue lines. So it'll all be interconnected. So if there's a door, there's a treasure in the middle of nowhere, just know that you can get those coordinates and you can get access to that from a area that's already lit up. So let's go start a quest line. I kind of wanted to see how this goes because there is a quest giver. Actually, I'll just teleport there because it's just easier for me to do that. So basically, I have this random NPC here. Yeah, it's not letting me work. Something's wrong with the dialogues. But the this guy will lead you to the C quest line. He's a C quest line giver, and then you have the B quest line giver over here. Um, which is why isn't any of the dialogues working? Something bugged out. Um, Okay, so restarting the client fixed the bug issue. So if there are any NPCs that kind of bug out your screen or you cannot talk to them anymore, do restart your client since the screens are all client side linked. But of course, report them to me because this shouldn't be happening. So I will be fixing them in the meantime, but if they do still persist by the time the test server rolls out, please let me know, and then I'll get to the bottom of it as soon as possible. But let's roll through this quest line. So we have this guy Rigard. He is asking us to help him out, and he needs to deliver his package to the caravan. So you can say, "Sure, I'll help." So we're gonna go, and then we're gonna have to find the caravan, right? So we get our quests. Then the quest log pops up. I got one quest on Dawn Island, find the caravan, and it says find the Fuchsia Village caravan along the road to Go Kingdom to complete the quest. So now I have to look for this Fuchsia Village caravan. So I'm gonna go down this road to Go Kingdom, essentially, and then continue on. So, of course, the road to Gold Kingdom will be lit up. So it's a lot easier to navigate at night, ironically, because of all the lighting that's on the road. So you just follow the lighting path, and then everything will lead you to the NPCs and whatnot that you need to go to. So super easy to traverse at night. So helpful to uncover the map as well too. But along this road to Goa Kingdom, I will be adding like little mini houses and huts. So the way to get your pickaxe for resourcing and then the axe for mining as well will probably be like a house over here or something like that, and then you can just talk to the uh, the NPC in there, and they'll give you the axe and pickaxe, and of course, surrounding their house, you'll have a bunch of resources to mine, so you can get used to the system as well. But your axe, your pickaxe, and fishing rod will all be given to you on the on Dawn Island, so you can get your stuff fast, right? So I found the Fuchsia Village caravan. And then your quest complete will actually be this window now, so your old quest complete window won't show. So we found the caravan, but there seems to be trouble. Let's speak to Cyrus to see what the situation is, right? So the quest's already started, and then I have to talk to Cyrus Dawn to complete the quest. So Cyrus is gonna say, "Please help us. our wagon got overrun by bandits. Can you take them out? So you'll help them out. So it looks like bandits attacked, and oh, there seems to be an issue with that. Oh no. Okay, it works, but now my screen is messed up again. Okay, so this something is wrong with the dialogue functions as well too. There could be a little bit of an issue. So, but of course the bandits and everything works. So let me restart my client again. And then I'll reload it up and uh it'll continue to work hopefully. Wonder- Okay. So okay. So of course restarting the client works as it did before. That's another bug I gotta fix. But now I got the bandits and the bandit captain here as well. Um, so I'm gonna go through and take them out. Let me give myself a strong weapon. Let me give myself a mythical Yoru. Oh shit! I don't want to open codex. Okay, so I'm gonna go through and take out these bandits. So bandit one, he gives me his belly, of course. Bandit two, and then bandit three. So it says you have engaged bandit in combat at the bottom, right? I'm one hitting these guys, of course, so it can track. Of course, it tracks and it tells you check mark once the bandits are complete. But all of these guys, not just the bandits, but every single boss in the game will have a combat script, right? So basically, once you engage in combat with them, you can have combat with them. They cannot be fought by other players. So you can't kill steal, you can't team, you can't do any of that. And then the combat zone is based on a 32 block radius. So if you leave that combat zone, if you die, if you relog, anything like that, just you completely getting out of that combat zone, the NPC will reset itself and then with full health, and then the next person can go. So you can't really do like the set home trick where if you die, you set home, you go back, and then the boss still has half health from the time you lowered it before you die. Of course, because of this, bosses will not be like crazy high health. Even in later game, Kaido and Big Mom will not be up to 50k. They'll probably be somewhere around like 25, 30k. So the goal is to kind of not really just have, but about maybe like 30 to 50% less of their health and their difficulty. Because this game is supposed to be like PvE but fun, so we don't want to make it too crazy with the grind. We don't make the bosses too difficult. So it can be still be fun and engaging while giving a sense of difficulty, right? So you have this bandit captain here. He's the last one in this quest line that I need to take out. So I took him out. We took out the bandits. Let's proceed with the main caravan, right? So catch up to the caravan. Now I got another location quest. So let me reset this guy too. Also, by the way, respawn times will be 20 seconds for bosses, so you won't have to sit around and follow these bosses for a long time, right? So continue on. We're gonna go through the road to Gold Kingdom, and of course, all roads in the game will have like certain pathways and whatnot, so you can see them cleanly. So this, if it's on grass and whatnot, you'll see the dirt path here as well. And close to the ocean over here, we'll probably do like a fishing hut or whatnot, so you can take a little mini side road and get your fishing rod once that's added to the game. So I found it. Now we got the main caravan, and then we gotta first take out the mountain wolves, right? So there's I don't need this anymore. So there's a couple wolves around here that you need to take them out. Um, and not only within the AI that's built into custom NPCs, but these bosses themselves will will have like certain scripts. So these mountain wolves don't have any scripts, but they will be able to leap at you. Of course, you can't see the combat right now because I'm just going through and one hitting them, but they do leap around. So we defeated the wolves. Um, we got our belly from them, right? And then caravan guard. Now we got to talk to this guy Leon next to the caravan. So he's happy we saved him. And then we still need to deliver the package. Actually, it didn't work when I first talked to Rigard, but he's supposed to give me a parcel. And the parcel that he gives me, okay, oh, of course. So something's wrong with these mid-dialogue NPCs again. So let me, yeah, this is oh yeah. Oh, by the way, if the quest isn't active for these mid-quest NPCs, you can't talk to them. So that screen pops up again. But whatever, I'll just go through it, GUI lists, I guess, in the meantime. Um, so let's continue on. If it does mess up and I can't talk to the next NPCs or find the next location, then I'll restart my client again. But for now, let's continue on. So he gave us oh, by the way, what I was saying before, Rigard was supposed to give me a parcel, and then I'm gonna need to deliver that parcel to the last guy in the quest line. So essentially, you yeah. So some of these quests will give you items and whatnot, and then you'll be required to have that item. There'll be quest items. They'll be bound to your player, so you can't really trade them or give them to anyone else. Even if you drop them, no one else can pick them up. So but make sure as you're doing the quest, you hold on to these quest items. So I found the watchtower, right? So let me see. Okay, I still have my sword out, and then I gotta clear the watchtower. So let me clear out these bandits, and then so these are actually bandit archers. They will shoot arrows at you. Where is it? Let me click 9. So I do this, then they'll like shoot arrows at me. So custom NPCs has a visual bug, so regular projectiles won't work. But the like they work, but they won't visually show. So every all these NPCs will be getting basically particle overrides. So they'll be shooting uh NPC or they'll be shooting projectiles in a very clean fashion. So which one was the order? 7? 5. Yeah. So that's basically how they work. It's not just these guys with the arrows, but all the guys. So like Ace will be instead of just shooting a random like fire projectile at you, that looks like an item that's dropped on the ground. He'll actually shoot like blazing fire at you, and then of course he'll be scripted to have more unique fire abilities and whatnot. Same thing with like sword swordsmen and stuff like that. They'll be able to shoot slashes at you. So I'm going to take out this bandit. Okay, and now I took them out. And then now we have this bandit hideout. This abandoned hideout since it's not even in a city, but it's along a lit up route, this can very well have containers and whatnot inside of it. So don't just kill the bandit and move along. Make sure to actually like go upstairs and check out to see if this place has any discoveries as well. So I'm gonna follow the caravan, and then we're gonna keep going down the road. So yeah, I won't be adding like a whole bunch of houses down this road to Gold Kingdom, but you'll have a bunch of people who live out in the sticks. Like I mentioned before, the fisherman house will be next to the ocean somewhere over there, so you can actually go and like get some information on how to fish and have some fishing spots there so you can speak to him and whatnot. And yeah, it'll operate like that. So yeah, you go down here. There's Gold Kingdom. You find the last caravan over here. Um, and then now we have the last quest, so we're going to talk to Roland on nearby the Gold Kingdom entrance to complete the quest line. It says Auk, so I got to fix that as well. But yeah, if you ever notice any typos, like this one says Auk instead of talk, so I forgot the T. Please do let me know. Not just in quest log and whatnot, but in dialogues as well, and not just typos, but hey, this information is wrong or this doesn't make sense or something like that, and I'll go ahead and fix them up. So this guy I can't talk to. It's supposed to say, let me see. So yeah, I'm supposed to have this item. So let me see if I can give myself. Maybe it's because of the messed up GUI. Let me slash GMC give myself this quest item. So Rigard's package, my parcel here. Will it work? 6. Yeah, I gotta restart my client again, unfortunately. Okay, so now I'm back in. I can see my GUI again. So I will try to talk to him, and I can't talk to him, but I have the parcel. Okay, so there's something. There's a bug with the way this works, but so this is even my first time testing it, but I ended up scripting these bosses. So yeah, you can see there's some errors and whatnot. So I gotta fix these up, but basically there's this guy is supposed to take Rigard's parcel, and if you're not holding the parcel, then you can't talk to him, and it should give you an error. So even with Rigard being the item quest giver, he should be actually giving you the parcel. I shouldn't have to had fetched it out of my creative mode, but yeah, essentially, that's got to be fixed. But this is my first time rolling through it, so I'll go ahead and fix that up. But essentially, it's a B quest. You go through, you unlock it, and then once you beat the B quest, you unlock this warp access point to the this gate of Gold Kingdom. Now, Gold Kingdom got a massive overhaul. I'll walk around it for a little bit, but essentially all of these buildings, you have like greenery, grass. All the buildings have been updated to be houses and whatnot. And of course, you can go inside. There'll be family homes. So every family will have its own home. You got a little kitchen, you got a bathroom. This the paintings got messed up, but I'll have to put the paintings back. And of course, bedrooms and whatnot. But some of these bedrooms, right now, everything is accessible and open, but some of these bedrooms will have locked doors, so you cannot access them unless you have a key, right? And some of these, like maybe the second floor, maybe the bedroom will have a container or a safe. Maybe there might be a document on this desk that you have to read. Even downstairs, there may be a container that you need to open up. So there's every house is going to be something that you do want to check up on because there may be situations where you can access certain situations. Sometimes even the house itself might have a locked door, so you cannot enter the house unless you get the key to enter the house from an NPC that's somewhere else. Maybe the owner of the house isn't home and he wants you to check up on his house from another location in Gold Kingdom, or it could be on another town. He might be on Orange Town, for example, and say, "Hey, I'm from Gold Kingdom. Can you go check up on my house for me?" And he'll give you the key. So you cannot complete 100% of the discoveries when you get to the island. Sometimes you might need to get to a later island and then come back. So everything is kind of interlinked. And of course, mailboxes will be in front of the house as well. So you can access mailboxes in front of the house. You won't need to unlock them. So all mailboxes are essentially fair game from the beginning. And of course, you can see it's nighttime too, but everything's lit up. Um, Organize the grass and whatnot. The castle's all set up too. The Yeah, the whole kingdom is. is lit up a lot easier to navigate. And there's a bunch of houses. There's some stalls over here. I'm gonna add carriages to the roads and whatnot. Maybe make some NPCs running on the roads. But yeah, you can find them. I already did a couple NPCs here just to kind of put something here, but some of them may be wandering. Some of them may be still standing in one spot, and some of them may have their own paths. So you can see this NPC is just running back and forth down here. It's a stamina NPC. I don't want to talk to her to risk the dialogue bug coming back to reset it, but basically she gives you information on leveling up stamina and how you just have to keep moving and walking around. And then if you go look in your stats too, my you can see stamina experience is consistently moving around. I mean, I gave myself a bunch of experience just for speed purposes, but if I move a couple blocks, it goes from 0 to 8 to 0 3 6, right? So I did move 8 blocks, right? So the more blocks you move, the higher your stamina is, and then the faster your general speed gets, right? Um, then not just the houses and whatnot, but you have all these different situations over here. So there are a bunch of buildings here, right? And these 8 buildings over here will be kind of points of interest, which will kind of be a new system. So there'll be a specific house, like a bank, for example, or a hospital, for example, and then these points of interest will not just house random NPCs, but they'll house essential NPCs or merchants that you can talk to either buy items or access certain things like the banker or the market broker that we went through before. And then these four, one, two, and then the two over there will be apartment buildings actually. So not just the houses for the other people, but like regular citizens will have their own apartment buildings. Of course, these will have chests and containers and maybe a little mailbox in front and whatnot. So you can actually go through, and all the floors of the apartment building are all set up. Some of these apartments may be locked themselves. So yeah, you go through. So these apartment buildings are all basically the same structure. They just look different visually. But you have two apartments on each floor, and you have a rooftop. Don't sleep on the rooftops. There might be an NPC chilling on the rooftop as well. So make sure when you're looking through stuff, look through it thoroughly. This building isn't yet done, but yeah, it has, I mean, all these have 3 floors, so I'm going to go through and fix up this building, but this will be the game center. So I'm going to make like arcade machines and games and stuff like that to go through here. And of course, if you have the second floor and go up, there will be a locked door that doesn't let you go in because it's the casino and you need to have a recommendation to go to the casino. So you're going to have to talk to an NPC somewhere to give you the casino key. And then once you go up there, you can do casino games. I'm thinking the to start, maybe just do a blackjack or slots NPC, and then call it a day. And then later on, I can get into more unique games. This will be the doctor, the hospital. You got like little surgery rooms over here, set up. Then, yeah, of course, this one you got the different, yeah, surgery room here, and then all of these will be like hospital rooms, right? So you can go inside these hospital rooms, and then there are patients in here. So some of them will be accessible where you can actually talk to the patients. Some room may be empty. Some of them may be locked. So you might need to get a key from another citizen somewhere else to unlock this. And then, of course, after that, you can talk to the citizen inside of it. So those, yeah, the hospital rooms will be all set up like that. And of course, you have a rooftop. Um, Over here, you have an empty building. I also went through around the outside and like lit up everything. So like it's all lit up from the tops. And then of course I added hedges for setup as well too. So even the main road is going to be a little different. This one isn't done, but it's going to be a mall. This one's going to be like having shops for all of your merchants and whatnot. So essentials like food, or actually food and drink will be in the restaurant next door. But you'll have like maybe the resources. You'll have the home designer NPC, which you can buy stuff to build on your own plot and whatnot. That's a donation perk that I plan to add eventually. But yeah, these Malls will just have a bunch of floors with different merchants that really don't fit anywhere else. The market broker might be in the mall as well. So this, of course, is a restaurant. You have the D quest line, some D quest line givers here. But yeah, in this restaurant, I'm gonna add a another floor as well, so it's gonna get a little bit of a renovation. But or add another two floors. But all these buildings will have all their floors used. And then this will have the merchant to sell you food as well, food and drink. Jail, same thing. This will be the policeman will be here to give you a breakdown on the rules, but this will be the player jail. So if players break the rules, they'll be sent to here. Um, but I added a second floor, and on the second floor you have prisons. So these will be actually for citizen NPCs. So you might have one NPC give you a prison key to like break his family member or something out of prison and stuff like that too. And of course you talk to this guy, and he might give you a key to go somewhere else, or he might give you money or whatnot. And over here, if he gives you a key to go somewhere else, like say, for example, one NPC, you talk to him and you talk to his brother. He says, "Here's a key to break my brother out of prison." And then he gives you, you talk, go in there, you unlock the door, you talk to the brother. The brother says, "Okay, I got to make a run for it, but here's my safe deposit key. Go open up my safe deposit." Now you're in the bank, and these safe deposits. Right now, these are the old bank blocks. They don't do anything. They're just for decoration, but these might be very well replaced with a safe, and you'll be behind the locked door. So you'll need the bank code and you'll or the safe code, and then you'll need the key to unlock the door to go in and basically go through everything and set it all up. So yeah, all the bank safe deposit rooms are here. So some of them might be just empty for decoration, but a good amount of them will be useful. So um, yeah, think of this discovery system as just basically like just mini rabbit hole quest systems where you talk to one NPC and then he gives you something to unlock something else essentially, right? So you over here, it's not done yet, but this will be the Mercenary Guild. Mercenary Guild is essentially a crew slash bounty office. So there will be an NPC there to help, like you talk to them, and then you have an entire crew menu. So of course, from that crew menu, you can similar to like the market, you can have a list of all the crews on the server. You can have a option to join crews, or if crews aren't open to anybody, you can have a request to join button, and then the crew leaders can get a message to allow you to either join or they can reject your request, um, things like that. And then, of course, they'll have like you'll have crew management functions as well. And then, if you're the leader or an executive of the crew, then you'll have extra functions in that menu. Then, of course, crew power systems will be a part of the game. So the goal is to everyone will have a general level. So right now, my level is 251 out of 1,000. So that means in my crew, I will contribute 251 power. And then if I have a max crew of like, let's say 10 members and everyone's level 1,000, then my crew power would be a level 10,000 from just power alone. And then I want to make crew wars. So you can bet power not on basically PvPing. So you can take and gain power from other crews based on how much you have and whatnot. Of course, there will be 1v1s and 2v2s as well, so players can bet bounty on it as well, and not just bounty, but belly. So it's not just power; it's also you can bet belly with other crews and whatnot. And then there will be an outpost system where you have to pay to control outposts. So all these islands, of course, bigger islands will have multiple outposts, but some smaller islands may have one or two. And you go through and then you pay to claim them, and then you have them for essentially you get a certain amount of power for claiming them, and then you maybe have them for like a week or something, and then of course after you claim them again, or you'll have to claim them again, but you'll have to pay for them, and all these money will be tied to your crew bank. So it's you need to consistently replenish your crew bank if you want to maintain multiple outposts. So all your crews gonna have to pitch in together and whatnot. So it's for this is mainly like a late game PvP style MMO structure, but this is a whole crew system that I plan to add to the game. Maybe just at first for the test server, adding the the basics and whatnot, like creating, joining, managing, and then later on we'll have a crew system. Um, this is actually so these will be locked doors. This is the club. There will be another one up here. So these are VIP clubs. But yeah, here you can see like dancers and stuff like that. Here you'll have a bouncer that says you need keys to go up. So one of them will be the men's club, and one of them will be the ladies' club. And then they'll have dancers up there. So sometimes you get a key to go to unlock the club, and in the club you might talk to an NPC that leads you somewhere else, right? Um, so. Yeah, so I put this guy over here. This guy's name's Magnum. So he's a fun NPC to talk to. Nothing important, but very interesting. I won't talk to him now. Give you some suspense slash I don't want to risk the client busting again. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on in the down south area or the western area, the bottom area of Gold Kingdom. And yeah, of course, the dock is going to be a little bit. Oh yeah, the blacksmith will also probably be in the mall too. So yeah, you have the dock area over as well. It's lit up, but this will just be a teleport area like the old Gold Kingdom. Oh, and the castle. I didn't go to the castle yet. I made a staircase going up to the castle, so you can actually access it and go inside. It's very simple. You just go in, and then you have the castle set up. So you have King Stelly over here sitting down in his throne, but then you'll have a bunch of like aristocrats sitting down over here. So some of these guys I mean, all of them will have houses in town, but they won't be home, right? Maybe they might give you a key to go home, and then you'll find like their family members inside the house as well. So, and then you can talk to them. So, things like that. Everything will be very interconnected. And Gold Kingdom is huge. Like I said, Dawn Island will likely have a few hundred NPCs just running around. Maybe yeah. I mean, a couple hundred I said originally, but maybe a few hundred, including Fuchsia. Fuchsia is not going to have too many. Maybe like 20 NPCs or so. But also the Gray Terminal. So if I do time set night. Then Great Terminal's lit up, so you can even access it at night and walk around. Of course, the same situation. The Blue Jam Pirates are going to be in here as well, but there are like little mini huts and houses, like these little houses right here that you can access and go inside. There might be an NPC in there or a chest, right? So then our Great Terminal may have some other containers somewhere else, some treasures and whatnot. So important to also go around here. Like I mentioned, every single lit up area is fair game. So I won't like stick it in the middle of like blocks where you have to like find something secret. They'll like this house over here, right? It's pretty easy to find. So you'll find containers and whatnot in there and set it up. Maybe like yeah, like put them in like pretty standard areas. I won't have you like having to find a chest that's like hidden in here or something and underneath, right? So yeah, I'm not gonna do that to you guys. But yeah, essentially that's the Great Terminal, and like I mentioned before on the map. Well, my mini map's not joining. Let me see. Oh, something's wrong with my shift button, I think. Yeah, it's just hiding my mini map. Well, whatever. But the essentially yeah, you can go from Goa Kingdom and then take the road, or the from Fuchsia Village take the road to Goa Kingdom, or you can take the road to go through that Untied Out. So to go use this is part of the D quest, but essentially you have an entire like mountainside road over here that I made to originally for the you're not gonna really have to go up it. I'm just going the reverse way, but if you're coming from the Fuchsia Village side to do the quest line, then you'll just essentially be going down this. But yeah, you go over here and then you have a whole um setup right here, and then you'll start the D quest line from Luffy here, and then of course or start the D quest line from Luffy, but you'll finish the C quest line here from the Den, and then the C quest line will involve you going to kill these the damn pirates, right, or the bandits, I should say. And of course, over here, I haven't put anything yet, but chests and containers and whatnot are definitely fair game. So don't just kill the bosses and move on. Make sure to have a look around their hideout and whatnot. And then I'm gonna go backwards. But basically, yeah, all these the road to get to the Dan's hideout, of course, will be lit up as well too. So you can you can easily traverse. Like I said earlier, it's a lot easier to navigate these mountain roads in the nighttime than it is in the daytime. So yeah, you just go around and then continue back, and then this will, of course, lead you back to that original intersection what we did before when we got to the road to Goa Kingdom. So yeah, we keep going on from there. Yeah. And then the quest giver to start that C quest line is right here. It's got Finn. So he'll give you the C quest line and you go down this road. So I actually went the back way because I came from the other way, but now I got Fuchsia Village Citizen and then riggered the B quest line starter. So now I'm back in the intersection for Fuchsia Village. So that's gonna be how Dawn Island works. Most of the interiors and stuff are done. Exterior buildings, I still got to build a couple on the main road, like I mentioned before. But no, it's a good 80-85% complete. Gonna just touch up some stuff with the actual builds, and then I'm in the process of designing all these different containers and whatnot, and then I can go ahead and place the containers and edit them up and set up the variables so they're able to be accessible. And you got like people like Whoop Slap in here, right? And then they move around. So this guy, he walks around his house. Sometimes he'll go outside. Some of these guys you might even find behind their houses or next to, like this guy Milo, right? He's actually supposed to be in his house, but these guys wander. So if you don't see an NPC inside the house, always check around it because they might be next to it, right? And they might be talking to each other. So sometimes Whoop Slap, I will actually go inside of Kyo's house and start talking to him and whatnot. So NPCs aren't just still, they'll move around, right? And you got a bunch of different things. So banker here as well. Um, you'll be able to access your storage and exchange. I mean, yeah, essentially your islands will all be sorted out as well, and you can organize it. I had account balance before. I could have swore. I don't know, maybe something is up with it. But or maybe I used it all up in the market. I don't remember. Yeah, so yeah, and then blacksmith, of course, will have your forge, so you can access your forge blocks here, right? So and then I blocked other blocks from using, so you won't be able to actually use other blacksmith blocks. They just essentially turned into decoration blocks. Crafting tables won't work either and whatnot as well. Um, yeah, so that's kind of it with Dawn Island and Fushi Village. I do want to go over the inventory a little bit actually. So let me go into survival mode. Oh, GMS. So basically, in your inventory, you have locked and unlocked slots. I showed you in the last developing stream if you did, but you can pay to unlock belly and whatnot. Um, then you have your combat inventory. Um, so you can access the stuff. So basically, you can put armor in the armor slot. So I'll go back to my main inventory, put a helmet there, and then I have the chopper's helmet as well. So I'll do that, right? So your skin slots will house the head, and then you can see it on your player uh, model. So you can walk around like all your skin, chest, head, legs, and feet you can actually access and put through directly here. The actual Armorer's Workshop wardrobe is disabled. So all your skins and whatnot are here. You cannot stack skins and whatnot as you could in Armorer's Workshop. So you only get the one slot of each to put here. Weapon skins also are disabled for the time being. We'll have to revisit that another day because the actual weapons will be made to have oh, that one glitched out. Will be set up to have certain situations here. So you put in your sword, right? And then of course I have what's going on? Apple mouse is killing me. So yeah, armor, and then you put your helmet in the armor slot. And what happened to my chopper helmet? Something went wrong. It's still showing. Okay, that's a bug. Yeah, lots of bugs on the server. Let me say FN. What is it? F5? Yeah, it's still showing, but it's deleted. Yeah, something's up. I gotta check out that combat inventory bug. But yeah, then if you click C, you enter combat mode. So now that yours shows, and then if you go back into your inventory, your right hand, my right hand was empty, so now it switches with the item in there. If you have something in your right hand, then it'll just go in here and then it'll switch with whatnot. And of course, your left hand item will have the sword as well. So you can hit with your right hand, but if you go into combat mode, right now it's not working, but I plan to make it so if you're in combat mode, right clicking will actually let you use your left sword so you can dual wield um, and whatnot. So that's another plan for the game. Let me get rid of this right hand. Yeah. So that's the setup for what's going on. That's with the main inventory and whatnot. Yeah, I already went through everything. Our leaderboards, I didn't really, they're going to be the same way. You can track your bounty and your level and whatnot. Of course, now you can track your mining skill and whatnot. I haven't mined yet, so I have no data to show you. But yeah, there will be all this stuff in here. Of course, I'm gonna right now it's all based on like abilities and whatnot, anything with a level, but this will be expanded over time for citizens and whatnot. Yeah, and adding levels. If I add an arcade game or casinos, there's going to be a stats category for those. Say, what's the high score for this week? What's the all-time high score? What's all the experience accumulated from this specific arcade game? So you can see who's the best at the game, essentially. The first arcade game is going to be kind of like a Pac-Man, but of course One Piece style, and it's all going to be created in these browser-like menus, so you can cleanly play them. Wiki, I still gotta fix, but oh, also in your HUD editor, I added like this little drink buff preview. You can see it right here. So of course you can drag around and put your HUD editor anywhere. So if you don't like the positioning, you can mess around with it yourself. I did go over this last time, but now it has this little drink preview. I don't recommend putting it here because of the journey map. I don't recommend putting it up here because that's where the NPC health bars and whatnot show up, and chat shows up here. So I place it in the bottom right corner, but of course you can probably move it above your hotbar if you want it to show up there for like your drinks or whatnot. Yeah, I mean, set it up how you want. If you want to put it in the top of the middle of your screen, you're more than welcome to do so. But yeah, be careful. But anytime if you feel like you don't like the positioning or whatnot, if you feel like you want to edit it, feel free to drag it, whatnot, and then it will persist and stay there. And then the drinks, actually, I did upgrade the drinks. They're basically set up to give you so like melee damage, hockey damage, style damage. So whatever your devil fruits, so whatever your active abilities are, and you drink a fruit, you'll get increased damage based on that, right? And these will all be for sale. Sometimes, of course, you can get them from NPCs and containers and whatnot too. So always do search the islands for free versions. But like, say I want to drink this wine, right? And then I drink it, and then now I have the melee damage too. So my melee damage increases by 10, right? And then if I look into my right here in my Yoru, it says bonus damage plus 70. So my base damage is going to be 40. I get 60 bonus damage from my swordsman being max level. So it's level 60 currently. So I get an extra 60 damage from that. And then now I get a plus 10 for the wine. So it will say plus 70. So not only your armor set bonus that boosts slash damage, your drinks that boost damage, melee damage, and your your swordsman skill also boosts slash damage. So essentially those will be all based in that bonus damage. So right now my mythical Yoru does 110 damage. And then you'll see I have 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Now my drink buff is done. Now my bonus damage is back to 60, right? So you can always keep track of exactly how much damage you are able to do at any given time. But that is essentially it for now. Still got a bunch of stuff to be working on. Of course, I added some security updates and admin functionality updates and whatnot, just for some for back end work and stuff like that to help make helping players smoother and stuff. But that's not really stuff to show you guys because it's not really important to the gameplay. There you can see this guy's going in and out of his house, right? So yeah. But yeah, that's essentially how this server is gonna kind of look, kind of a preview. Of course, I'll send out more videos when I make certain functions and whatnot. And once I get those resources actually working properly and the dialogues working properly, I'll go through those again and show you guys what's cooking with that. But yeah, thanks if you watch this video. Thanks for watching. Sorry it was very long, but yeah, gonna continue working on. Hopefully, we'll have a test server coming up in a couple of months to help get everything sorted out. But yeah, let me know if you watch. If you have any suggestions, any comments or whatnot. I do want to hear everything. So yeah, let me know. Thanks.